Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be a summary of 1 Kings chapter 19, verses 1 through 21. And Ahab had told Jezebel all that Elijah had done and how he had slayed all of her prophets. Now Jezebel had sent a messenger to Elijah and said, Jezebel has said, "May all the gods do to me and more, if I do not do to you what you did to my prophets by this time tomorrow." Now Elijah had heard these words, and he got up and he left, and he went to Bathsheba, and he left his servants there. And he went a day's journey into the wilderness and sat up under a tree and said, "God, is it not enough? Oh God, take my life. I am not any better than my fathers." And as he lay there, he fell asleep underneath the tree. And an angel came to him and said, "Elijah, arise and eat and drink." And Elijah looked, and there was a cake that was cooked on coal, and there was a vessel of water at his head. And Elijah did eat and he did drink, and then he fell back to sleep again. And the angel of the Lord had came to Elijah a second time and said, "Arise, eat and drink, for the journey is too great for you." And Elijah did get up, and he ate and he drank. And the food that he ate gave him strength to make it through the wilderness 40 days and 40 nights until he came to the mountain of God. And then Elijah had found a cave and lodged in it. And he said these words unto the Lord, said to him, "Why are you here, Elijah?" And Elijah said, "I am very jealous for the Lord, and the children of Israel have forsaken their covenant, and all of the prophets have been slain, and I am the only one that is left, and they seek to take my life." And then God spoke to him and said, "Go and stand on top of the mountain, and the Lord will pass you." And then it came to pass that there was a great wind that ripped through the mountains that caused the rocks to fall into pieces. But God was not in that great wind. And after the great wind, there was an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. And then after the earthquake, there was a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, there was a still small wind, and there was a voice that Elijah heard. And he covered his face with his coat, and he stood at the entrance of the cave. And there came the voice of God, saying, "Why are you here, Elijah?" And he said, "God, I have been jealous for you. The children of Israel have forsaken your covenant, and they have thrown down the altar. The prophets have all been slain, and I am the only one that is left, and they seek to take my life." And God said, "Return and go back through the wilderness, and anoint Hazael, the king of Syria, and anoint Jehu to be king over Israel, and anoint Elijah to be a prophet." And then it came to pass to him that would escape the sword of Hazael, then Jehu would slay them, and whoever was to escape Jehu, then Elijah would slay them. And there was 7,000 people in Israel that did not bow down or kiss the idol of Baal. Now, Elijah had went to Elijah, who was plowing with 12 yokes of oxen. Elijah had passed him and then cast his coat upon him. Elijah had left the oxen and ran after Elijah and said, "I pray that you will let me give my father and my mother a kiss, and then I will follow you." And Elijah said, "Go back. What have I done for you?" Elisha had took the yoke of the oxen, he slayed it, and he gave it to all of the people. And then he arose and went and ministered to Elijah. May God be with you in everything and every way.